I have a pan-fried pork chop. I hope that it's done properly.
We'll find out. Oh, boy.
Beautiful.
Wow, gorgeous.
Dorian.
Yes.
That's called perfection.
Oh,
Right there. That is absolute spot on.
Oh.
Good job, Dorian.
Man, what's the seasoning in the crust?
It's
You okay?
no, it's salt, pepper, a little bit of cayenne because I love spice.
Aside from the excellent flavors, to be able to take an 18-ounce pork chop like that and cook it in a pan and keep it moist and pink and crispy on the outside is an accomplishment by any chef of any level.
You've given us an amazing entree with what looks to be a delicious dessert. Tell us about that.
The dessert is a chocolate turtle bread pudding, so it's really rich. It should be really rich.
This is a two-hand dessert.
Dorian, OMG.
Oh, thank
Delicious. It's indulgence, it's rich, it's a treat. If you make it to this year's finale, put that dessert on there.
Oh, thank you. I just made it up.
Yeah, I think I'll give you a Southern compliment. You put your foot in it.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Dorian, I dropped my spoon to you. Fantastic dessert.
Amazing.
I'm absolutely over the moon. A spoon drop from Joe is the highest praise that anybody in my position could possibly get.
Wuta, so what do we have here?
Tomato and cream with Cajun spice in the sourdough bread soup.
Is this your first opportunity of cooking a vegetarian dish?
Yes, and I'm very happy to cook a vegetarian dish.
Yeah, masterful seasoning. May seem a little simple, but on the spoon, it delivers.
For dessert, we have bread and banana tartare.
You seemed more relaxed tonight cooking with no protein, and it showed. I love it.
I really like it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would, but I do.
Good job, Uta.
I'm watching all these other home cooks go up, and I am so glad to be up on the balcony right now.
So what we have is an awesome chicken piccata. I made the breadcrumbs from drying out the sourdough rind, pureeing them with parsley, thyme, garlic, a little bit of pecorino.
You cook with heart. It's not your best dish, but I love the crunch of the bread on top.
I'm not a fan of this sauce. This dessert looks really good.
For the bread pudding, we have a raspberry anglaise base.
This level of competition, it's through the roof. Everything is definitely restaurant quality.
I love how robust the flavors are. You took it to a place that speaks to you.
Thank y'all.
These guys are stepping up their game this season. I'm definitely worried. This is my competition.
We have a pecan and breadcrumb encrusted red snapper.
The breading is delicious. It's vibrant. It's a lovely crumb.
I can even see a gratin of just a spinach with that breadcrumb on top.
That's
and
what
that's
I was
a beautiful.
say. You don't even need the fish.
Yeah, it's a beautiful side dish. That's how good it is.
Tell us about this dessert.
We've got a French toast stack with caramelized bananas and raw bananas with pecan dust on top.
I just love the fact that you really took your time with it, and it's really spectacular.
I love the finesse. You're studying hard. I can see that.
I am.
Continue taking those risks. It's important to burst out.
I'm on the verge.
Good job.
Thanks so much,
Thank
guys.
you.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
How good is that cook on there?
That's
Come on.
great.
I mean, seriously. Guys, it's season 10. This year, more than ever, the level of cooking is extraordinary. The finesse that we've seen so far has been incredible. I just hope there's more. Next up, Sarah, please, let's go.
Right now, I'm kicking myself because once again, I waited until the very last minute to plate. So we'll see how it turns out.
Describe both dishes, please.
So I have for you a bread and herb crusted halibut and a breadcrumb gnocchi. For dessert, I have a brioche bread pudding with a raspberry jam infused with lavender.
The fish looks sparse for me. There must be something missing there.
Yes.
No sauce?
So I made a brown butter and sage sauce, but I waited until the last minute to plate, and I didn't get it on there.
What's in the gnocchi?
So it's breadcrumbs that I toasted in the oven and kind of pulverized down, potato, and a little bit of egg, and then just
Very
toasted.
nice. Light, sweet.
Thank you.
The desserts. The pudding's delicious, rich, sumptuous.
Thank you.
Yeah, I put this in the same category as Dorian's. It's like the fruit version of hers. It's really flavorful. The bread comes through.
Bread 2 ways, just for the entree. Delicious.
Thank you, chef.
I just got to get you a little bit more refined those last 15 minutes. Think about the sauce.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you, chef.
Thank
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Good job, Sarah.
Good job, Sarah.
Great job.
Brie.
I'm really proud to present this dish. I decided to show the judges another side of me, and I decided to go a little bit more rustic. But I had a very conceptualized, clear concept, and it's really everything I wanted it to be.
Okay, Brie, what did you make for us?
I made a French onion soup, topped with Gruyere cheese, served in a sourdough bread bowl. And dessert, I made a blackberry clafoutis with a brioche pistachio crumble.
Yeah, I look at these dishes and I'm just, how was 60 minutes used to your advantage?
The challenge was bread, so you can't come up with the crisp at the end and stick it on top.
There is brioche in the pistachio crumble.
That's all you have as a bread dessert.
And it's in the pistachio crumble as well.
I don't know. I look at that, Brie, and I think, that is not you. I'm going to be honest. The soup, let's get in there, shall we? So, a nice color on the onions. Let's get that right.
But you see, here's the problem. There's no soup in your soup.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
Quite frankly, it's not season 10 worthy. When you climb so high and you reach a certain point and you fall, the fall is steep.
Right, where do we start from this? The dessert, for me, is an insult to France. A clafoutis, it's actually cooked in the mold. You don't scoop the middle out and dump it on the plate. And some of the wow desserts out there tonight, I'm amazed you've come up this bad. The shock for me is you've sabotaged your own success, scooping it out, dobbling on a plate. It's not because the oven was too hot or insufficient time. The actual dessert tastes good. It's just what you've done to it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chin up, girlie. Everyone has a bad day. You're fine.
Just feeling disappointed. I want to disappear, basically. Sorry.
Sorry, Brie. Don't worry about it.
All right, the next home cook would be Sam, please.
The thing that's gonna stand out the most in this dish is the different ways I used bread and the versatility of it. I definitely want the judges to see that I'm a fighter because somebody's going home, and as long as it's not me, I'm okay with it.
Sam, can you please describe your dishes?
Yes, chef. Today I have a dill-crusted snapper with a caper brown butter sauce and romesco potatoes, and a cardamom spice bread pudding.
The potatoes smell incredible. I love the presentation of the desserts, but it shouldn't look better than your main. When you've got fish like that and you're breading it twice, top and bottom, you've got to be very careful. The actual bread is not thicker than the fish. So I'm hoping the fish is not overcooked. Shall we? Yeah, so that's over.
Yeah, fish is overcooked. Okay.
It's fresh snapper, right? So that's barely 24 hours old. And you've turned it into something that tastes almost like it's a commercial frozen product because you can't identify what fish that is in there. I think the highlight for me is the potatoes. But it's not a potato challenge, Sam. You know, it's a bread challenge.
Understood, chef.
Unfortunately, as we approach the final 12, the complete lack of finesse on the preparation of the fish, the overcooked nature of the protein itself, at this point, I think we need to see more than that, quite frankly.
Understood. Thank you, Joe.
Dessert.
All I taste is honey. Man, honey is dangerous. It covers up everything.
Forget the honey. Apricot citrus glaze would have absolutely lifted that dish.
Understood, Chef.
Thank you.
Walking away from the tasting, I definitely feel like I'm at risk. I really did put my heart and soul into this dish, but obviously their opinion is paramount. So hopefully it'll be enough today.
Next up, Suba, please. Let's go.
These two dishes have to be good. If not, I'm going home. Because simple cooking is not going to cut it anymore.
Describe the dish, please.
Today we have a chicken mulligatawny soup served in a toasted bread bowl and bread pudding with roast and saffron-flavored milk base.
Mulligatawny. I grew up with this. I know tonight you got a little bit emotional. This is all about home and cooking for the wife.
You're homesick?
Yes, my wife, I love her dearly, but, you know, I hope that I made her proud with this dish.
Let's dig in and taste it, shall we?
I've never eaten anything quite like this before.
Suba, guess what I'm doing tonight? I'm calling my mum. And I'm going to tell her in a couple of months' time when I get home, I want a bowl of mulligatawny made with chicken. Okay? It's delicious.
Thank you. Thank you, Chef.
Every time I eat your spice food, it kind of brings me to a place where I grow to appreciate your finesse and your flavor. You are my teacher now.
I'm humbled, Joe.
The master has become the student, and the student has become the teacher.
I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled. I truly am.
That is so nice. That is incredible.
Dessert.
I have to say, this is the worst looking dessert I've ever seen in my life. It's terrible.
Bro.
It's not only the worst looking, it's one of the worst tasting desserts.
It's so spicy.
Yeah, it's...
I'm sort of...
Man, I know. I'm like...
Why does the dessert have to be that spicy? Honestly.
Suba, you're killing us.
How'd you do that to us? Have you been sent by Mars on a special mission?
Whoa.
Sorry, Chef. I'll make sure that I strain all those spices out, and I'll go 2 notches out.
You better.
You better. Thank God you haven't forgotten how to make a mulligatawny. Because that should come with a hazard warning sign.
Yes, Chef. Thank you.
Walking back to my station, I was looking at the main dish, and that was a big upper for me. And then the dessert was a bad setback.
Nice savory dish, Suba. Dessert.
But as much as I miss my wife, I want to learn, I want to grow, and I want to be the next master chef.
It's sweet, but it's spicy.
Next up, Renee, please. Let's go.
Let's go, Renee.
I am feeling really proud of myself because my plates look beautiful, and I am 100% confident that I nailed it.
Describe the dishes, please.
It is a pork and beef meatloaf with rosemary roasted red potatoes and sauteed green beans with a strawberry shortcake.
Wow. That's a very bold move to attempt a meatloaf in 60 minutes with a strawberry shortcake. You confident it's cooked inside?
100% confident, Chef.
What kind of meat did you use?
I use pork and beef.
So, like, is that beef or is that pork? Why is it, like, white and pink in the middle? What kind of meat did you use?
I use pork and beef.
Yeah, that's like pork, that's beef.
That's not ground, that, is it?
It's not, it's like a, no, it's like a piece.
How much bread did you put in there?
I put maybe a cup of bread.
Yeah, because it's very tight.
Taking bread white and soaking it in milk and having it be a part of a meatloaf filling is to allow it to aerate and to bring lightness to it. This has the consistency of mortar.
Okay. Thank you for your feedback.
Here's what I'm puzzled with, Renee. We got red bliss potatoes and we got green beans that you can find anywhere. But we have this unbelievable pantry there. We're trying to allow you to have this playbook of ingredients, and I just don't see it here.
Okay.
Behind you, you've got individuals cooking pork chops brilliantly, chicken breast brilliantly, handmade gnocchi. And so the meatloaf feels like it was 2 months ago and not where you are in this competition. I mean, I love strawberry shortcake. That's delicious. I'm amazed you got that kind of flavor from the bread.
It tastes very good, but at the end of the day, when you think about the other desserts that I know are out here, this is just bread with macerated strawberries and sweet cream.
Okay.
A little basic at this time.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you, guys. I am a little concerned that I might be sent home. They did not like my entree.
That meat looks terrible. It's so dense.
But Gordon just loved my dessert. It's 50-50. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to be by the end of the day.
That was quite an array of dishes tonight. We need a moment to discuss.
Who has the potential to learn?
I mean, Bree's got potential.
Yeah, Bree.
Expect.
I mean, French onion soup.
She's got to be able to step it up a notch.
Yeah.
I'm feeling absolutely crushed. I've done great in the past, but maybe that won't matter today. Maybe this is it.
I'm nervous. I know I make mistakes, and I'm very disappointed. I could have done better.
I agree.
Tonight, we asked you to take a humble loaf of bread and turn it into an entree and a dessert. There was one home cook that stood out.
Dorian, please head upstairs and put on that white apron.
I am ecstatic. Not only am I safe, but they love both dishes. I hope the judges continue to see my progression, and I hope that I can continue to give them tasty, gorgeous food.
There are 3 more dishes that we think deserve special attention tonight. Sam, Bree, Renee, you 3 cooked the worst dishes tonight. Please come forward. Everyone else, go to the balcony and put on your white aprons.
Thank you, Joe.
My son turned 1 while I was here, so I've sacrificed a lot to be here. And I certainly don't want to leave the MasterChef kitchen. There's so much more that I can show the judges.
Really tough challenge tonight. Bree, I think one of your worst performances. Can you do better?
Absolutely, 100%.
Sam, you know, dessert was okay, and fish sadly overcooked. You seem to be growing in stature, but you've been down here many times.
I have been down here a lot, but I feel like if given the opportunity, I will rise to the occasion.
Renee, you know, the dessert's delicious, but the meatloaf has to be one of the biggest disappointments.
Yeah.
I think we just expect more.
I don't want to go home, Chef. I'm going to stop laying low and being comfortable and pull out the big guns.
This is a tough call. The person leaving the Masterchef kitchen is Sam.
All right, Sam, chin up, buddy.
I'm feeling relieved because my performance today could have easily cost me my apron, and I just can't let myself or the judges down ever again.
Sam, unfortunately, your journey's come to an end. Tonight, we felt that everything on that plate was lacking the finesse that we've seen from you in this competition.
Understood, Chef.
I think this task just got the better of you. It's been an amazing journey.
It has, Chef. It's just been an amazing experience. You know, I love to cook. I had an opportunity to cook in front of the 3 best chefs and food minds in the world. I'm just so grateful and humbled for the opportunity.
Head up high, young man. Come on, come and say goodbye. Huh?
That's right.
Anytime you don't live up, you're gonna feel a little emotional about it, but it just speaks to the quality of the competition here. There's a lot of really good cooks here, so. But now I'm really looking forward to going home to see my wife and my son.
Head up, Sam.
Put your hands together. Top 12, congratulations. Come on. An amazing journey. Top 10 is around the corner. You're gonna need some rest because the biggest surprises lie ahead. Trust me, your upcoming challenge, it's definitely the toughest one yet. Good night.